Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hai everyone, apa kabar semuanya? Welcome back to Pondok X 123. Tempat belajar bahasa Inggris jadi lebih fun dan nggak bikin stres. Hari ini kita akan bahas topik yang sering banget jadi pertanyaan banyak orang. Do I really need to take English course? Jadi apakah haruskah saya perlu ikut ya kursus bahasa Inggris gitu? Atau kita belajar sendiri aja gitu? Karena zaman sekarang itu everything is online. Kita belajar dari YouTube, dari TikTok, bahkan dari podcast kayak gini. Nah, tapi apakah itu cukup? Gitu. Nah, so hari ini ya kita sudah ada kedatangan tamu spesial ya yang nggak asing lagi buat teman-teman semuanya yaitu adalah Miss Nurma. Assalamualaikum Miss Nurma.
Halo, Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, Mr. Ahmad.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm okay, Alhamdulillah. How about you?
Alhamdulillah everything is fine. Oke,
Alhamdulillah.
ya Miss Nurma.
Mhm.
Based on my opening at the first itu adalah tentang apakah kita harus kursus bahasa Inggris. Karena kita tahu bahwa eh, terkadang ya para siswa atau para karyawan itu mereka dapat belajar bahasa Inggris itu melalui kursus gitu. Sometimes they do not get it from the school full ya. Kemudian they just enroll to the English course and after that they take course there and then they are serious taking that course and alhamdulillah they can get that. So what about that? Menurut Miss Nurma itu apakah semua orang perlu kursus bahasa Inggris atau tidak?
Okay, so firstly, I would like to say thank you very much for this opportunity. More and more, it's time to me to share my experience because we are talking and sharing, yeah, Mr. Ahmad, about some topics, and then especially for today is about English course. I think English course takes many benefits for our learning process, especially for English language, because a course already provided the sequence of learning. They plan something because they have some students have many different needs. For example, when you take a course, the tutor or the teacher or coach, something like that, will try to measure you firstly by giving you a pre-test, for example. And then after getting the pre-test, you will know about your level in English. And they design what kind of needs that you need to be completed. So that's why they have clear measurement before giving the course. That's the benefit. So taking a course will bring you many benefits. If you have more money, better for you to take it. For some of you that wants to learn by yourself, maybe better for you to consider about your ability first. If you are enough able to learn autonomously atau belajar mandiri by watching YouTube or you use some Instagram content, yeah, you can check it out Pondok Inggris Instagram 123 also. So many contents in English, right? But if you don't have English basically, never touch English before, belum pernah tersentuh atau teratmosfer gitu ya dengan bahasa Inggris, better for you to get help, bagus dapat bantuan gitu ya, sehingga you will learn about good in a structure learning, guidance, you will have the guidance and then consistent feedback for you from your tutor or from your teacher in that course. Something like
Oke,
that.
so kalau
Hmm.
seperti itu, jadi kita kapan mulai belajar bahasa Inggris, Miss Nurma? Apakah misalnya
Hmm.
kita, kalau Miss Nurma bilang misal we have money lah gitu, we have more money,
Yeah,
ya
money and
kita,
time, of course. Yeah,
oke, money and time gitu.
yeah.
So
Willingness
what
is
time?
is the best
Willingness is the best.
intention. Mhm.
Oke. Nah, maybe we take example, the students need to get the English course, for example. So what time the students need to enroll to the English course? Yeah, it's like maybe started from the elementary school or maybe after junior high school. First, the first start is from the senior high school, and then they must be serious studying about English, starting from grammar, from speaking, and also from others.
If you try to make it level like elementary school, junior high school, and then senior high school, maybe I could say as early as possible. And it's never too late to learn, I think. When you try to make level elementary school, for example, I think you need to involve your parents' decision here because it's talking about money, right? And then
Okay.
parents also needs to consider about their children needs. Dia harus mempertimbangkan juga kebutuhan siswa, kebutuhan anaknya gitu. Kalau misalnya anaknya sekolahnya di bilingual school dan anaknya nggak punya sama sekali basic dalam hal bahasa Inggris, tapi pengen tetap di sekolah disekolahkan di sana untuk mendapatkan atmosfernya berbahasa Inggris karena itu immersion kan, pencelupan kan. Jadi jatuhnya kayak
Okay.
kita aja, misalnya kita nggak tahu bahasa Inggris, terus kita tinggal 6 bulan aja misalnya di luar negeri gitu kan, kita immerse gitu, kita tercelup dan akhirnya kita bisa. Nah,
Okay.
berarti kan orang tua harus menolong anaknya gitu supaya proses pencelupannya itu bisa seimbang gitu dan akhirnya dia mencarikan course untuk anaknya. Itu kalau misalnya kita bicara level ya. Tapi kalau bicara tentang setelah SMA ataupun setelah SMP, kapan sih waktu yang paling possible? Itu better for you as soon as possible ya. Kalau misalnya emang udah punya good intention to learn English, dia punya cita-cita mau sekolah di luar negeri atau nanti bekerja di luar negeri, atau memang mau menjadikan English language itu sebagai sebuah apa ya istilahnya misalnya sebuah nilai gitu ya, value dalam dirinya ada additional value gitu, ada nilai yang lebih gitu, dia bisa bahasa yang lain selain bahasa Indonesia. Nah, better to learn as soon as possible, as early as possible. As long as you have a good willing to learn, age doesn't matter. Jadi usia itu
Okay.
bukan menjadi permasalahan. Jadi kalau misalnya memang munculnya di saat sekarang nih yang dengerin kita misalnya orang tua nih, emak-emak gitu ya. Tapi mau belajar bahasa Inggris gitu. Ketika memang ada intention, good intention, gas terus gitu ya, belajar gitu.
Okay.
Boleh cari bantuan English course gitu ya untuk bisa membantu merancang pembelajaran yang menarik dan based on your needs, berdasarkan kebutuhan. Gitu
Berarti
misalnya.
intinya adalah it's not because of the time, but because
Ya,
of the willingness. Yeah, if you need that, you
intention
can do
gitu.
that. Yeah, if you do not need, don't do that, because it will waste your money.
Iya ya.
Yeah, because
Yeah, of course.
because there are some students they enroll to the English course. This is because of their parents, and there is no willingness from the students to study English. And
Hmm.
then maybe in the positive side, the parents want the children get the high value, as you said before, high value, and this will influence them, yeah,
Iya.
by joining in that English course, because the nuances in an English course, and they can get, hopefully they can get speaking also
Iya,
by
ya.
using English. But the
Yeah,
problem is about the willingness, right?
yeah. Sometimes it's quite difficult to decide about this, right? Because parents want to give the best one to their children, and then the children do not have a good willingness to learn. Um, but learning English is needed the intention. Maybe hopefully some English courses already design a good things and in a good way, a good media to build, even to improve, develop the willingness of the students when the students come into their course. Hopefully,
Okay, so what
yeah.
about this one? If there is no willingness of the students and the
Mm,
parents also, no need to to get the scores. I mean, like the parents does not want to and let the students go on to the English course, but they
mm,
just provide the social media, such as YouTube, for example. Maybe
mm.
the parents think that by studying by YouTube, they can improve their English ability. So what about this? Kalau kita sarankan anak itu cuma belajar dari YouTube aja, kemudian praktek saja, mungkin orang tuanya juga punya kemampuan sedikit ya tentang bahasa Inggris, tapi it started from the social media. Is it good?
So YouTube, Instagram, social media are also great resources ya, Mr. Ahmad. Sebenarnya sosial media sekarang kan sudah bisa banget jadi great resources gitu, sumber-sumber yang bagus. Apalagi sudah banyak ebook juga sebenarnya. Tapi keuntungan course itu lebih kepada feedback ya. So course offers personalized correction, for example. So when you have the tutors and then you practice, you got the correction from your tutors. You get the feedback, you get the progress tracking, you get the interaction directly. Even though sekarang udah ada AI juga ya, yang artificial intelligence gitu ya, kita bisa ngomong terus dijawab oleh si AI-nya gitu ya. Tapi memang kan untuk AI ini juga terbatas yang gratisnya. So, of course, they will spend money also if they want to get from YouTube, and then they have to pay the premium one if you want to get the feedback. Jadi perbedaannya kalau kita kursus itu kita dapat feedbacknya, dapat progress trackingnya gitu kan dari tutornya. Tapi kalau kita belajar via YouTube, kita kan hanya belajar mandiri, kita mengkoreksi sendiri, something like that. Itu kekurangannya. Tapi kelebihannya adalah tidak berbayar gitu kan, artinya menggunakan kuota saja. Sekarang sudah ada AI juga kan yang bisa kasih feedback, tapi harus berbayar premium juga to get feedback access gitu, more time.
Oke,
Hmm.
kembali lagi kita belajar di YouTube dan belajar di kursus bahasa Inggris. Which one is better for you? Do you think that learning independent, learning by ourselves is better than learning in the English course?
Based on my experience, because my major is English, and then I have spent my day for learning by myself by using YouTube, by using some books, ebook. I got many ideas from that. Me myself also take a course, maybe for example, when I want to get test for IELTS, for example, and then even though I understand about some words in IELTS, but I need to get help from some expertise who knows a lot about the strategy to answer the IELTS test, how to be success in writing, in speaking, for example. So me myself will choose when you have time and then you have money, better for you to make your mind mapping first. What is your purpose to get the course? When the skill you cannot complete by learning by yourself, better for you to take a course. You can consider about these things when you are adult learner, I think. Maybe after senior high school or senior high school, you are able to consider about which the best one for you. Learn autonomously or getting some course, something like that.
So, according to you, studying in English course is effective than learning by himself. Is it
Could
what
be
you mean?
saying effective when you want to get feedback, Mr. Ahmad. When you want to get your progress tracking, you have the alarm to learn, right? When you learn by yourself, but when your learning concept not balanced yet, better for you to getting course because course will alarm to you. Jadi course itu akan ngingetin kita untuk belajar. Oh iya, hari Senin ini ada course ya, terus kita waktunya belajar. Mungkin kalau kita belum punya konsep diri yang bagus di dalam balance waktu belajar kita, berarti kita masih butuh course. Tapi kalau enggak, kita sudah bisa belajar secara mandiri gitu. Sometimes kan kita nggak bisa tuh menolak adanya meeting or something gitu kan. So meeting will like disturb you in your learning schedule, something like that.
Okay, can you give the tips how to choose the best English course based on your experience?
How to choose the best English course? You can try to ask your friends if you have English lectures maybe or English teachers or maybe someone who have many expertises in English. And then secondly, when you don't have it, you can use your social media by searching some English course. Just give the key words English learn or something like that, and then you see some comments from others people when you never known about the place or the positions of the course. Or maybe also you can come to the course offline around your house, and then you see the facility of the course. When they try to consider about giving you the pre-test firstly, and then after giving the pre-test, they will tell about your level in English. Maybe better for you to choose that kinds of English course. Karena English course yang sudah memiliki beberapa modul pembelajaran mulai dari beginner, kemudian dia punya juga sampai dengan intermediate level, it means that English course ini sudah merencanakan kebutuhan daripada calon-calon siswa ataupun studentsnya. Jadi kita bisa lihat biasanya mereka sudah punya modulnya gitu, atau nanti sebelumnya dites dulu kan gitu, levelnya di mana, terus kebutuhannya apa, ya something like that. As long as they have the kinds of measurements, you can try to glance that course as your choice, Mr. Rahman.
Okay. When we choose the best English course, of course, there is not only ourselves who enroll to that English course. There are some students also follow the English course together with us in the same class, you know.
Mhm.
And then according to your experience, are the students getting the same result of English capability in English course?
Of course not. So they will have different level of English after getting the test, because it's based on their habit before, right? If maybe their habit at home sudah terbiasa dengan English nuance, mungkin bisa jadi dia sudah lebih bagus English levelnya dibandingkan students yang lainnya gitu. Nah, makanya kalau misalnya English course-nya itu sudah punya kelas-kelas berdasarkan level, dia bisa tuh setelah after getting test atau pre-test, dia bisa kelompokkan mahasiswa atau kelompokin siswanya gitu ya di level yang sesuai dengan hasil dari English test-nya. Secara
So the result is not the same ya. Jadi tergantung kepada masing-masing individunya gitu.
Ya, kalau biasanya yang gampang itu sekarang ada website English Jet ya. English Jet itu tuh kita tinggal minta mereka kasih linknya aja, terus nanti ada tuh some kinds of question berdasarkan level, mulai dari A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2 gitu. Bahkan mahasiswa yang biasanya nggak pernah tersentuh dengan bahasa Inggris tapi punya kayak willingness to go atau untuk enroll their study overseas, dia mau sekolah di luar negeri gitu kan. Biasanya B1 aja tuh dari 25 pertanyaan benarnya cuma 6 gitu. Nah, berarti nggak bisa tuh kita kasih level B1. Bahkan mungkin questionnya levelnya adalah A2. Dan itu A2 itu masih beginner level kan. Jadi masih basic juga gitu. Nah, berarti memang harus dibantu gitu how to create their needs, kebutuhan mereka dalam belajar.
Baik. Berarti intinya Miss Norma adalah kembali kepada the evaluation-nya itu sendiri ya. Kalau misalnya the student-nya still in the low level, ya it's possible it will be the same result with other students ya.
Iya, betul ya. Bisa
Tapi
can be
kalau misalnya dalam satu kelas itu Miss Norma, karena usually the students, the participants in the English course not many students who follow that, you know. And sometimes, yeah, like in the school, there are more students, yeah, but in the private course, yeah, I think the course must select the students, which one will be private, which one will be
in a group. Yeah, it will be easier when they choose to be private, yeah, because we don't have another group has the same level with her or with him, gitu. Bagusnya memang yang belum bisa masuk ke dalam grup yang sama, apalagi kalau kursusnya udah berjalan, ya berarti kita tawarkan private lesson gitu. Sebenarnya yang private pun, some students itu dia punya permasalahan dalam hal motivation ya, confidence. Dan mostly based on my experience, they will choose to get private lesson. because
luar
they will
biasa.
be free to us. They will be free to show their face, their performance, something like that. Mungkin nanti kita sudah bisa membantu dia untuk encourage their spirit, their motivation. Pelan-pelan, we can try to make maybe one meeting together with others level. Just try to create their confidence. Mungkin kayak kalau offline kan ada English course offline, mungkin dia bisa punya kayak panggung mini klubnya gitu ya. At the end of semesternya atau at the end of the course-nya, level-levelnya. Udah banyak tuh yang memang menggunakan cara seperti itu gitu. Ada juga yang bikin kayak mini fair, pameran-pameran kecil, menampilkan hasil karyanya, terus dia present, what is this? What should be like this, how many times you need to make it, and then what meaningful things that you want to inform to the listeners lah gitu ya. Mungkin ya bisa juga seperti itu untuk memunculkan confidence-nya dia. Ya,
Okay,
something
Miss
like that.
Norma,
Mhm.
did you ever see the students who do not study in the English course, but she has the best English result? Yeah, in this way.
Yeah, of course, because I spend my day for teaching. Some students, even though they didn't take English course, they can speak English because some factors or some reasons. For example, her mother is English teacher. For example, ibunya guru bahasa Inggris, terus dia provided some English books gitu ya at home, dan reading English story is kind of familiar things gitu untuk dia. Jadi itu adalah hal yang biasa gitu bagi dia untuk membaca bahasa Inggris. Ada students yang seperti itu. Dan some of students yang memang take a course, udah bisa bahasa Inggris, take some course lagi. Ada juga yang kayak
Yeah.
gitu, yang udah bisa bahasa Inggris tapi tetap ngambil course-nya. Karena orang tuanya itu pengen dapat feedback dari apa yang dia pelajari gitu. Karena kalau at home orang tuanya nggak cukup waktu dan nggak cukup kapasitas untuk respon anaknya gitu. Karena memang dia kasih nih give some facilities to their children gitu untuk kasih mereka kebebasan untuk menonton film-film bahasa Inggris yang kartun mungkin kalau untuk anak-anak gitu ya. Kalau misalnya yang udah dewasa nonton film berbahasa Inggris terus mereka ngomong pakai bahasa Inggris, dan sekarang banyak banget juga aplikasi yang really support kan untuk bahasa Inggris, dan orang tuanya tuh kayak nggak punya capacity for that gitu. Akhirnya dimasukkan ke kursus juga gitu. Jadi I have ever got also, of course, pasti ada tuh Mr. Rahmat. Tapi memang yang memang rasanya ingin ngebangun bahasa Inggris dalam dirinya, berapapun usia kalian sekarang, better for you to choose ya, dan better for you to do it as soon as possible. Lakukanlah dengan segera gitu ya, dan memang butuh yang namanya effort, butuh usaha yang memang konsisten gitu ya,
Oke,
konsisten itu.
terakhir Miss Norma, what is the message from you? Apakah Miss Norma menyarankan bahwa uh, anak-anak di seluruh Indonesia yang menyaksikan uh, talk show kita hari ini, apakah
Mhm.
mereka harus mengikuti kelas bahasa Inggris secara online atau offline, atau mereka lebih baik belajar mandiri melalui sosial media gitu?
Oke, belajar mandiri melalui sosial media atau melalui kursus online gitu ya, Mr. Rahmat
Ya,
ya.
online atau offline gitu.
Eh, Kata kuncinya adalah if you wanna get feedback and then progress tracking, kalau mau dapat feedback dengan progress tracking, better to get a course. Tapi kalau misalnya belajarnya itu bukan untuk tujuannya hanya for pleasure, hanya untuk belajar menyenangkan gitu ya, mungkin dengan dengar YouTube terus belajar gitu. Nah, berarti cukup menggunakan your social media aja. Tapi kalau misalnya mau ada progres berikutnya, maybe your children wanna get bilingual school di junior high school, atau nanti pengen masuk ke sekolah yang mendapatkan sertifikat luar negeri gitu ya, atau ada gambaran bakal tinggal orang tuanya nanti di luar negeri, ya better lah for preparing your children to get a course, karena supaya ada structure-nya, supaya ada progress tracking-nya, ada feedback dan correction-nya juga yang didapatkan dari tutornya. So both are good, both are best. So, kedua-dua itu terbaik ya. Tergantung tujuannya apa, depend on purpose gitu. For pleasure atau for improving knowledge and then getting your future target gitu. Ada target-target masa depan yang mau dibuat gitu
Dapat.
misalnya.
Oke, terima kasih banyak Miss Nurma atas panjang lebar penjelasannya tentang apakah kita harus kursus bahasa Inggris atau tidak, dan mungkin dari talk show kita hari ini mungkin menjadi inspirasi bagi teman-teman di luar sana untuk mengikuti
Amin.
kursus bahasa Inggris dan juga lebih semangat lagi belajar bahasa Inggris, dan jangan lupa untuk selalu stay tune dengan materi-materi kita yang selanjutnya yang lebih menarik lagi. Maaf sekali Mr. Ma karena kita we have a limited time, kita harus closing ya this podcast talk show about uh, haruskah kita kursus bahasa Inggris atau tidak. Okay, the last I say thank you very much. See you for the next podcast, and I am Mr. Ahmad as the host of Pondok Inggris 123 and also Miss Nurma, and we say thank you very much and see you for the next podcast. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.